All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sports Junkkkeeezzz. Ryan, Josh is here. Yes, love it, Josh. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so real quick, we did 3 touch-ups. Part of our little new thing that I've decided to do with trying to make our show better, restructuring, just kind of doing some different things. So it's not the same things every week. Now, before we get to the main part of our show, we want you to know that our show is unofficially sponsored by Mountain Dew. This is yours, but I want
it. Is yours really flat?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, we got to do this.
I know.
Unofficially sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yeah, buddy.
Pating. All right, let's get into it. The main part of our show today.
NBA playoffs.
Yep. Oh, God, you took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, dude. I told you in the video on Facebook I've been dying to talk about this.
I can't wait.
All right.
I've been waiting.
This is... We're going to get right into it. I'm going to get into ESPN.com. We're going to get into this because I am... Oh, my God. I cannot wait. So, right now... So, we had play-ins, which we're going to start with those first.
Yeah, start with those.
So... We got to go all the way back to, looks like Wednesday. No. Yes. Or is it Tuesday? Or did it start on Monday? Looks like it started Monday.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it started Monday because Sunday was its regular.
That makes more
finale.
sense.
Okay. So, you can tell I'm a little behind. That's why I'm glad I got this tablet. All right. So, let's get into it. Let's talk about the plans. So let's get right. Let's start. Miami at Charlotte. What? Wow! I didn't even get a chance to watch any of these play-ins.
I didn't either. But
Charlotte won 127-126.
Overtime.
Yeah. LaMelo Ball had 30, and the other Donovan Mitchell had 28.
Fraud Donovan Mitchell had 28.
Yeah, right. Same number too. So the other play-in was Portland at Phoenix. Portland wins 114-110 over Phoenix.
That was actually tight.
Yeah, right. And then we'll go to Wednesday night. We had Orlando at Philadelphia. Orlando lost to Philly 109-97. Maxey had 31 and Desmond Bain had 34 to lead both teams, respectively. Okay? Golden State Clippers.
That was
Golden State won 126-121. Steph had 35, and a lot of you say Steph is washed up. What? Okay. Steph had 35. Benedict Mathurin is his name. Led with 23 for the Clippers. That means the other guys didn't show up.
That says a lot.
So let's go to Friday night. So we have the 8th place play-in tournament. Charlotte at Orlando. Orlando ends up beating Charlotte. LaMelo Ball had 23 for Charlotte, and Pablo Banchero had 25 for Orlando. Golden State at Phoenix, and this is unfortunately where Golden State's season comes to an end. Phoenix ended up winning 111-96. Jalen Green had 36. And then, Jalen Green had 36 for the winning team. So now we go to today. We will talk about today's playoff games and tomorrow's playoff games. And then we'll kind of go through the rest of the playoff schedule and get you guys into next weekend. So, game 1 between the Toronto Raptors and your Cleveland Cavaliers is live right now. And last time I checked, it was like 124-102 in favor of your hometown Cavaliers, by the way. By the way, that game was a 61-54 game at halftime. And Cleveland went on a run in the third quarter. Okay.
You said Max Strus went off.
Strus had 19 in the third quarter. Okay.
A lot of 3 balls, I bet.
A lot of 3 balls. So that's game 1, obviously, but they're getting the feel for each other.
Yep.
This is when they played Cleveland the first 3 games, you're like, oh, well, Toronto won all 3 regular season games. Yep, that's fine. Cleveland's also not 100%.
Also true, but like he was saying, Cleveland was not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they never played Cleveland this version.
That's what the guys were saying on Prime Video. They were like, you know, this team is different. This team's different now that they have James Harden. This team just seems to be so different with James Harden. This team just seems to be,
Dude,
this team seems to be more dynamic with James Harden.
you'll agree with me on this because we both saw the first half before doing our little thing here now.
Yep.
Jared Allen was dunking like no man's land.
Jared Allen's
he was dunking
finally,
at will.
Here's the thing: is Jared Allen's finally healthy.
He's definitely healthy and he's showing it.
Yeah,
He is showing it.
Well, I know he's taking a lot of scrutiny too because he's getting blamed for a lot of the playoff failures because of his health.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that as long as he can stay healthy, I think he's got a lot to prove.
His knee is the key.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. There's 3 more games today. Okay, Minnesota at Denver. You and I talked about this, about Minnesota.
We did.
Putting up or shutting up. Denver, to me, Denver has nothing to prove. Okay, they've won a championship. Now, would I like to see more? Sure. But Minnesota's that team that keeps making the playoffs, but a first-round exit. I'm tired of seeing the first-round exit. Put up or shut up. Now you get a chance to see where you measure up with a good team like Denver.
Honestly,
this is your chance.
Again,
And Denver's healthy, by the way.
as with any team, health is always the biggest
In
factor.
the playoffs, it's more important than anything.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, if the Joker goes down.
Oh yeah, Denver's done. I mean, Valanciunas is good, but he's no Joker.
Yeah, if the Joker goes down, Jokic. Sorry, Denver fans. Let's be realistic here. If the Joker goes down, that's the only way I see Minnesota actually winning this series.
Which is definitely true. Nothing against Rudy Gobert. I think he's a great defensive player. But Joker's just a one-of-a-kind center.
He is.
It's that simple. I mean, there's nothing else to it, really.
That's why the Joker's always here. Every other center, maybe
there.
Maybe.
You know, you got that. You're right, because when you look at it, when you look at levels, it's the Joker when it comes to centers.
Yeah.
A Joker, and then it's just like, I'm not even going to say names. It's,
Right. Right.
That's it. Like, and there's a lot of good centers. Don't get it twisted. But Joker's just on his own level by himself.
Yeah, he's also always a walking triple double.
Oh my God!
Always.
I learned that real quick when having him on fantasy. I learned that real quick, especially after he came back from his injury. It was almost like he had something he wanted to prove.
Mm-hmm.
He was a walking triple double. I think he finished the regular season averaging a triple double. All right.
For a center, mind you.
So, the next one is tonight at 6 o'clock, Prime Video, part of a triple header for Prime Video, which is cool.
Yeah. Hey, all you Prime Video subscribers out there,
Oh, yeah, take the opportunity while you
enjoy
have
it while you can.
Right? Atlanta at New York.
Ooh.
Okay, the way Atlanta's been playing, you might want to be careful.
I'll tell you, man. Don't sleep on the Hawks.
Don't sleep on the Hawks. Just saying.
Also, again, going back to the health thing,
Mm-hmm.
New York fans, I'm going to hate to tell you this. Okay, if Cat and or Brunson goes down,
You guys are in trouble.
you guys are definitely in trouble.
They're in trouble. I mean, there's no way around it. The thing is, at the end of the day, too, like,
And I know both of them have been injured throughout the season.
Yeah, them two have really been battling some serious injuries throughout the year,
Yeah.
which... But I tell you what, if they both can stay healthy...
Oh, it's a wash.
I could see it going at least 6.
I would say at least 6 if both are healthy.
Mm-hmm.
If both stay healthy.
Right. So, and then the other matchup tonight on ABC, Houston at the Lakers, a Luka Doncic-less Lakers.
Man, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
I feel for you Lakers fans.
And no Austin Reeves. But, something that you probably don't know, Houston is without Kevin Durant tonight. Left knee contusion.
Ow!
I found this out about, 6-7 hours ago. Something like that.
Dang.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, LA might actually have a chance in this game.
Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
At least that's what I heard. I got to look at
I haven't heard anything.
their injuries.
But then again,
Now, see, this says none, so that may not have been necessarily true, which doesn't surprise me because it's the internet. What I can actually do is I can love this tablet. Just saying, this tablet's nice to have. Just saying, it makes this a lot easier for me to do things.
yeah, you can just search things on a dime.
While we're talking.
Search things on a dime while your cat's still playing with a
Right.
plastic bag.
My cat's a moron. Kevin Durant, knee
Yeah.
questionable for game 1.
So he's a game time decision.
Lakers. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Here's an update. So is listed as questionable with a right knee contusion.
You were right about the contusion.
So
He might not. He very well might not play tonight.
it's a very high possibility he may not.
Honestly,
play.
okay, we're being serious here.
Yeah, sure.
Playing the long game. If I was Houston, I wouldn't play him tonight.
No, not in freaking game 1. Not if I want him. Not if I want him long term for the playoffs. Not if they have who they have. That Shepherd, Jabari Smith. You're the guy you have.
Sengun Gwyn. Alperen Sengun.
Come
How do
on.
you say his name?
Come on. Houston's fine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith. Oh, we have a final. Let's do it. You ready?
Cavaliers!
Won by 13. But I guarantee you they didn't play the starters much in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that.
You ready to hear the highs? R.J. Barrett had 24 for the Raptors.
You had him at one point on your team.
Donovan Mitchell had 32.
Not a surprise.
No.
Dude, go to the box score. We can actually
Go to the box
We
score.
can look at the box score on this now.
Yes.
That's final.
We can look at the box scores. So, R.J. Barrett had 24 points. Donovan Mitchell had 32 points. James Harden had 10 assists. James Harden had 10 assists.
Go look up Jared Allen's numbers.
Let's go to the box score. Let's make this important here. So, Jared Allen ended up with 10 points and 7 rebounds in 28 minutes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
Evan Mobley had 7 points, 17.7 rebounds.
Solid. He also had a
In
block or
33
two.
minutes. He had no blocks.
Oh, yeah, no blocks.
No, nobody
Oh,
had
yeah.
any blocks.
Nobody had any blocks.
James Harden had a double-double, 22 points and 10 assists. Donovan Mitchell had 32 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, but he had 4 turnovers. So we're going to go to the guy that everybody wants to talk about on the bench, Max Strus, 24 points in 24 minutes.
Struce!
Yeah.
Hey, Brian. The Struce is loose.
Yeah. This guy over here. Oh, this guy over here. So, I think it's a good statement. Way to take game 1. That's a good statement. It's a good statement win.
Got to keep it up, though.
Okay. Let's move on to tomorrow's matchup, which gets us the rest of the brackets. Philadelphia at Boston.
Boston should win that one.
Should. Phoenix at Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City's going to blow them out.
Orlando at Detroit. Now, don't sleep on this.
No. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, man. Detroit did win the number 1 seed overall.
But they're not
But
healthy.
they're not that. Hey, they're dealing with injuries right now.
Not healthy.
And they don't have Cunningham back yet, do they?
No, they don't.
Exactly.
At least I don't think they do. Let's take a look at the injury report. Says no data available.
Bullshit.
I 110% agree. I still don't think they have Cade.
I don't think they do
Cunningham
either.
right now.
Because he had a collapsed lung, which, let's face it,
Yeah.
collapsed lungs don't.
Speaking of Cade Cunningham, right here he is.
Saying
He does not have.
No news.
He's active.
Bullshit.
Active. Status active.
Whoa! All right, Detroit fans, you might actually be in some luck tomorrow.
I didn't know he was active. To be honest with you,
I thought he was still dealing with the lung contusion. Or not contusion. The lung collapse.
Collapsed lung, unless he healed from it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the interesting news, folks.
That'll be a good game, though.
Right.
That'll be a good game.
Now that we know that, that's huge. So, I was hearing about him, Luka Doncic. We're going to turn back. So, what I've been hearing now is there's a possibility that if the Lakers can make it to next week, they will get Luka Doncic back. Because he's predicted to come back next week. At least one more week. I love the look on his face when he does this. The one that I know they're not going to get back for a fact is I got to find him here on this. I love this, which he's right here. This I think on the same thing with Austin Reeves. If these two can make it, they'll probably come back around the same time.
Wow!
And then you get a healthy Lakers team. Dangerous. Just saying.
Man.
You get a healthy Lakers team.
That'd be a boost just for the fan base.
Dangerous. They fluttered after losing Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves at the end of the year.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It'd be a lift for the fan base.
And then the 9 o'clock game, Portland and San Antonio. So we already know where that's going to go.
San Antonio should win that.
So, obviously, that is obviously the weekend. So you know who's playing who.
Yep.
Usually it's every other day, and then they'll take a couple-day break, switch
arenas.
Yep, switch arenas.
Home and away.
Yep. So, all right.
Thankfully, we get home.
Let's have fun. So you pretty much know the brackets here. Okay. Let's go down. Start with Toronto, Cleveland, obviously. They took game 1. Who wins the series and how many games and why?
If Cleveland can keep this consistency going, I'm going to say Cleveland in 6. But Cleveland fans, you know as well as I do that this team likes to each game.
I'm not saying nothing further. Cleveland, by the way. Minnesota, Denver.
If Minnesota does not compete with Denver tonight, Denver in 4.
I'll go Denver in 4. Not saying nothing further. Denver, Atlanta, New York. This one could be really interesting. I could see this going 6, possibly 7. Could go 7.
As to who wins,
see, this is what's nice. You're waiting for my hand signal, right?
Honestly,
I think it's Game 7 in New York.
It's going to be tough, but I think New York will pull this off.
I think Game 7 in New York. That's what's going to come down to. Yeah. Atlanta's going to give New York everything.
Atlanta is physical. Also, they are.
Jalen Johnson's a freaking beast.
Physical,
and Jalen Johnson's a monster, dude.
Oh, he
is.
He is.
So, okay, this one's tough. Houston and the Lakers. If this was healthy Lakers, if I had Austin Reeves and I had Luka Doncic with a healthy LeBron, a healthy DeAndre Ayton,
6 games,
I give the Lakers 7.
Fair enough.
In LA.
But right now, as it stands right now, I'm going to go Houston.
I'm going to go Houston in 5. Well, may possibly no Durant tonight, but I don't think that's going to matter.
Right.
So let's go.
Even if it's 5, obviously that would be the only game they lose.
Right. So let's go to the other side here. See if Philly Boston. How many games and why, and who wins it?
Honestly, you know how you always told me for Minnesota now it's the put up or shut up.
For Philly,
it's for Philly, 100%. Embiid's health.
Yep.
Maxi's health.
Oh yeah, Maxi's health's huge.
And who else? Paul George.
Paul George, yes, definitely.
It is their time to put up or shut up.
Has to be.
But we've also said the same. We've also said this before. To beat the man, you have to play the man. And to can pass the man, you have to beat the man.
Good luck beating the man.
They are beating the man.
Because
They have
Joel
to beat
Embiid is not. I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's healthy.
I don't think he is either. So honestly, I'm going to, just for the sake of, Philly still does play Boston hard. I'll say Boston in 5.
Yeah, I don't have no question about that. This is the one series right here that I think may end in this is the only one I have here.
Yeah.
And that's Phoenix and Oklahoma City. I don't think Phoenix has enough to compete.
No.
I really don't. Yes, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green would have to match SGA shot for shot.
Good luck.
And then somebody has to match with both Chet Holmgren and actually Jalen Williams if he's still healthy. Too.
Yeah, it's even that, and somebody's going to have to try.
I think OKC has more depth also.
OKC's got a lot more depth. OKC, I think, is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I if it goes 5, I'll be shocked.
I would be shocked.
4.
I would be shocked also, but I think if it goes 5, it's only because I don't know. Phoenix gets a lucky last shot winner.
Possible. Orlando, Detroit. You think there's any? Does Orlando make this at least 6 games with their physicality?
I think they can. I honestly believe they can.
I think if anybody's going to have a problem, see, OKC's the number 1 seed out west. We're not going to worry about them right now. Now, if they play San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals,
that's going to be fun. That's guaranteed.
Okay. I think Orlando makes this a 6-game series. And the reason I say Orlando makes this a 6-game series is Orlando is an extremely physical basketball team. Ask Cavs. Ask Cavs, I'll tell you. Ask the Cavs. They will tell you how physical Orlando is. Ask Boston. They'll tell you how physical Orlando is.
They'll tell you the same thing.
That's the thing that I look at the end of the day. When it comes to these, I think Orlando is one of the most physical basketball teams in the playoffs. Other than San Antonio. San Antonio plays. Speaking of San Antonio, Portland, San Antonio.
San Antonio in 4.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking too, but I was just wanting to see what you wanted to say about it.
Again, I'm going to say the same thing. Like Phoenix. If Portland gets 1, it's because it's the last second win.
I think so. I think so too. Yep. No, I agree with you 110%. So those are our playoff series. We'll keep you up to date on them. Obviously, when we talked before, remember, we talked about this because my wife was actually watching the first. She's on the second part of our last show.
Yeah.
I was listening to it, and we talked quite a bit about how the playoffs were going to stack up, and it pretty much stacked up that way. You know, we had our play-ins exactly the way it was probably going to shape up to be. Yeah. And now we have our playoff matchups. Mm-hmm. I kind of thought maybe Miami would kind of be the one to kind of get in there. I'm kind of shocked they're not.
Well, that's what happens when you sleep against Charlotte.
You know, Charlotte, for them to turn around and make the play-in.
That was pretty good on their part.
I'm actually very impressed with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, I'd give them the most improved team.
I hope. Oh, yeah.
The most improved team in the East award or whatever.
By far, the most improved team in the East. So I just feel like, speaking of, got a score update. Minnesota, 5:40 to go in the first quarter. They're up 23-12 on Denver. I'm gonna do something for you. I gotta get it in me.
Okay.
Tim Allen. Off of Home Improvement. One of my favorite comedies, by the way. All right.
Wow.
We got through NBA.
Yeah, buddy.
We talked about what we wanted to talk about. Let's get to segment 2. And let's talk about your Cleveland Guardians. Or,
oh, my bad.
As Josh and I like to do, the Indians. So,
all right. I'm going to start off.
You started off, because if I say something, you're not.
All right. Let's go. I really don't even want to think about last night, but unfortunately, we got to think about last night because I saw last night. And I texted him about last night.
Let's talk about last night, speaking of.
Last night was another pitcher's duel, for the most part. And actually, Bobby was actually pitching pretty well.
Zabrowski got the loss, too. Oh, wait a minute. Did I spoil that for you? Yeah, you go ahead and talk about that.
Anyway, Bobby was pitching really well.
What did I tell you when we were?
You said he came back. He's come back ever since he's come back from the IR.
Off that IL, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So he did pitch well. I noticed I said he pitched well.
The only pitcher that pitched well.
Yeah. So we get to the 8th inning.
Yeah, I would say about the 7th, 8th inning.
7th or 8th.
I know the bases were juiced.
Bases were juiced. Your boy Schneeman comes up to bat.
Schneeman!
Grand slam!
Yeah, figure.
I actually scared my neighbor because Ashley and I were sitting outside enjoying a fire and hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Ooh, it
and
really
I
good,
literally turned as soon as I heard the crack of the bat. I literally said, "Get out of here!" Our poor neighbor. But no. So
how'd you watch the Guardians game? MLB? Or were they on?
They were on WKYC yesterday.
Oh, they were on ABC last night, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was.
I hear they're trying.
That was the only reason I was able to watch it.
I hear that a lot. They're trying to take a lot of the Guardians games. I guess.
It'd be nice if they did.
Oh, absolutely.
But no, unfortunately, that was the only highlight of the game because the very next inning.
Can I?
Go ahead. I'll let you take over this one, buddy, because I did post about this.
Bullpen implosion. All right, go ahead. That's what I wanted to do.
Nice. So yeah, the bullpen decided to just, for whatever reason, not show up last night at all.
Yeah, dude, I have.
At all.
I have last night's up here. All right.
I'll let you read the bullpen stats for me.
Okay.
Actually, no. For argument's sake, though, go with Bibby's stats first.
Well, Bibby did fine.
Like I said,
it's funny.
Tell our beautiful
Bibby,
fans his stats.
dude, he pitched a great game. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts.
You can't ask for more, man. You can't ask for more out of a starter.
Okay.
No.
Hunter Gaddis.
He was the only bright one.
Zeros.
He
But
was the
walked
only
3,
bright.
or he struck out 3. This is where it all falls apart.
Oh, my bad.
So, I got to see who this guy is. I've never seen him before. Okay. So, Sean Armstrong comes in, doesn't even freaking pitch an inning. Gives up 3 runs, 2 walks. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Eric Zabrowski. Okay, gives up 1 hit, 2 earned, 1 walk, and a strikeout.
Oh, Lord.
So, Connor Brogdon comes in
This guy
for an opportunity to get the save. Where Cade Smith is he healthy? I'm assuming he's okay.
He pitched the night before, I think.
He goes an inning and a third, gives up 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, gives up a home run, and blows the save. He said it just about perfectly. I don't understand how you pitch 7 innings, 7 beauty innings of flawless ball.
Bibby. Oh, Bibby and Gaddis, technically.
Okay? Out of two pitchers, 1 starter, 1 reliever.
Dude, Gaddis was brilliant.
And then all of a sudden, you implode in the 8th and 9th inning. Where you must win baseball games. I was about to say football games. Baseball games. Okay.
Wrong sport, buddy.
I know, we're going to get to that later on this summer. If you want to be a playoff team, you have to win these kind of games like this. You cannot implode in the 8th and 9th inning like this. Or you're not going to be a playoff team.
Now, side note to all this crap, which, mind you, this didn't really have a bearing on the outcome of the game, but I did want to point this out because it did happen, and I saw it with my 2 eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, tell us folks about this. You're still PO'd about this, and I saw his Facebook post, and I about died laughing.
You probably should have seen the replay. Anyway,
tell me the replay.
Quan was initially ruled safe at first base I think he shot a dribbler to the right side of the infield, and it looked like the guy pulled his foot off the bag. The umpire, I believe, made the right ruling the first time and called him safe. Baltimore decided to challenge it, as they, are allowed to, because...
Tell us how you really feel.
They're allowed to challenge. So Baltimore challenged it. We're looking at the replay, and they showed the replay from behind first base. Mm-hmm. And I could literally see... All right, you literally, like, this is the base. His foot, right about there. You could see space between the dirt and his foot. Or the base of his foot, which is dirt. I thought he was going to be safe. Little did we know, the knuckleheads in New York decided to overturn that call.
Don't understand how you overturned that, but anyway.
Mind you, there's no explanation as to why the call is overturned. It's just when they come back on the mic, they say, after further review, the call is overturned.
How the call got overturned is beyond me.
I am still trying to figure it out. Because
that's the thing I can't
Because, yes, there are times where if a guy is starting to fall off the bag, but if he catches the ball before he's falling off the bag and his foot comes off the bag, he's still out.
Go figure.
If his foot is still touching the bag as he's falling and has the ball.
Sure.
But, clear as day, I don't believe he was out.
You know, it's funny. You told me about this, and I don't even have to see the replay, but I'm not really surprised. You know, we're getting... That's the thing I can't stand nowadays is... you know... I don't understand if it. Obviously, you saw the whole thing, and I did not have a chance to. Because I had to work. Anyway, I guarantee you, if I had saw, I probably would have flipped out because you know me.
I'm telling you, I don't flip out that much.
Yeah, but that sounds like something.
Unless it's blatantly obvious.
Right.
And to me, that was pretty obvious.
Right.
Would it have changed the outcome of the game? I don't think so.
I mean,
but
maybe
it's still a starting point because Quan would have been safe.
But that would have been an extra out they would have had.
It would have been an extra out.
So think about it. I mean, does that change the aspect? It could. It may not.
Yeah.
But there's that possibility that it could change the outcome.
Yeah.
And think about it. If that changes the outcome, maybe it's a 7-6 ball game. Maybe it's a 6-5 ball game.
Maybe.
Yeah, we might lose, but
yeah,
I get what you're saying. So tonight they play another 6-10.
Yeah, rubber match.
No,
it's not the rubber match. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a 4-game series, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
My bad.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Well,
who's pitching tonight?
They have Dean Kremer going for Baltimore, and we have Mr. Gavin Williams. I'm okay with that.
Oh,
just letting you know.
We got to touch on this because we talked about it, when we were filming earlier.
Go ahead.
Obviously, everybody in the baseball world knows Cleveland has the longest no-hitter streak with yada, 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 yada. But...
Can we not talk about this?
You wanted to talk about Messick.
Messick's a god pitcher.
I'm telling you right now. Okay, so the first game of the series, we're going back to the first game. Messick is throwing a no-hitter until the last inning.
No.
Unfortunately, he comes in the ninth inning, gives up 2 hits, and then this is where I thought the bullpen was going to blow it again. Whoever came in after him,
Kate Smith.
Yeah. I think he ended up giving up a run or 2. No, he didn't. Oh, it was the other guy then.
So the only 2 pitchers that went was Messick and Kate Smith. That's it. Messick gave up 2 runs, and then Kate Smith.
That's why. That's why his ERA is high. Smith did give up the runs though, but they were charged to Messick. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. He gave up a double to Alonso. I know that much.
Ooh, big deal. You want to hear Messick's numbers from Friday night?
Yeah, give him Messick's
8 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. You want to know what his ERA is right now? 105.
Yeah, a whopping 105, which is really good.
He is 3-0 with a 105 ERA with 25 strikeouts and a WHIP of .78.
Yeah, dude.
Huh?
Those are really good numbers.
He's pitching well. Pitching very well. Kate Smith come in and gave up 2 hits.
Yeah,
those
2 hits resulted.
But ended up getting the save thing.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. Our bullpen, man, it has
been
again. This does this every freaking year at the beginning of the year. What's the bullpen do? Every year at the beginning of the year. It's shaky every freaking year. And it pisses me off. So
why don't you give the folks an updated MLB standings?
Oh, we want to do some MLB standings. Okay, see, now this is why this guy one of these days is going to take the show over.
Bullshit.
He's going to host it, and I'm going to end up being a co-host. So let's talk about it.
Go with the obviously. Let's do the dreaded.
No. We're going to start in the Matt. Now, I don't want to do the American League.
Okay, cool. Let's start
first. We're not like turning the dial up a lot because we're only in April, so calm down. But we're turning the notch up from 0 to about 2. We don't really start turning the notch up to 5, 6, 7, 8 after the All-Star break. That's when it'll start getting really hot. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about it. So a lot of teams are through about 21 games, give or take.
Yeah.
My pick to win the NL East is still leading the NL East right now. The hot Atlanta Braves right now are leading the NL East with a 13-7 record. There is nobody else in the NL East over 500.
That's wild.
9-11 Marlins, 9-11 Nationals, 8-11 Phillies in that order. Wow. And the 7-13 Mets in that order. Your Phillies, who you picked to win the NL East,
I did,
are in 4th.
Yeah, right now they are. And
the Braves look good. Honestly, the Braves look good.
Braves are off to a hot start.
Braves look good.
We'll give them that.
Braves do look good. The Braves look like the Braves.
They look like the Braves that they should.
Chris Sale, 37 years old. That man still can pitch. You know?
Yep.
All right, let's go to the wild NL Central.
Wild is an understatement.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this.
Say it very slowly.
Slowly.
Just so people can actually hear you say it.
The Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates. A team that never leads the NL Central. One more time. Pittsburgh
Pirates. Pittsburgh
Pirates. Lead the NL Central.
Tell them their record.
12-8.
That's actually not bad.
12-8 is actually not bad at all.
Especially for that team.
The Cincinnati Reds are in second place at 12-8.
Hey.
So the Reds are actually playing some good ball.
I told you they might get the wild card.
Yeah, the Reds are playing pretty well. The Cardinals are shockingly 11-8. That's after they parted with Nolan Arenado.
Right.
Okay. The Brew Crew, who were my pick to win the NL Central, are only half a game back in 4th place.
It is a log jam in the Central.
And the last place team is 10-9. Everybody's picked to win the NL Central is the Cubs.
Yeah.
But they're 10-9.
I did myself.
Right. What a log jammed NL Central this is.
Right.
Everybody's over 500.
Yeah. Again,
right.
It's early also.
Right. Okay, let's get probably the best, hottest team in baseball. The Dodgers. Nobody's surprised they're 15-4. Nobody. Anybody's surprised the Dodgers are 15-4.
You know, the fact that Cleveland split them to start the year is also impressive.
You know, that is. And that's something that they'll be able to hang on the Dodgers all year. Mm-hmm. Like they were able to... No, they took the series. 2 games
you're right.
1.
Right, I'm sorry.
That's huge.
I'm sorry, they split them.
But here's the thing. Now the Dodgers are starting to get themselves.
Oh, yeah, they're starting to feel themselves. Shohei Ohtani is definitely both pitching and hitting like he hasn't lost stride.
The Padres are 13-7. The Diamondbacks are 12-8. Okay. The San Francisco Giants are 8-12, and the Rockies are 7-13. So if you notice, my voice kind of got deeper because once you get down to the bottom, it just doesn't matter. Okay, let's go.
Stupid. Do the NL West first, actually.
Actually, we're going to do the AL West first because I really don't want to do the East, but I'm going to because the Rays are in there. The Yankees are not leading that division, just letting you know. Thank God. Let's do the AL West first because I thought this was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody's pick to win the AL West is not winning the AL West right now.
Definitely not the Mariners.
It is the Rangers winning the AL West right now at 11-9. The Angels, shockingly, their 21 games are a game over 500.
Trout so far has stayed healthy as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. The Athletics are a 500 ball club. The Athletics are a 500 ball club.
Never thought I'd hear that.
This is where it gets interesting. The Seattle Mariners are 8-13.
Ooh.
Do you guys want to hear the keeper stat of why they're 8-13?
Go ahead.
They're 1-8 on the road.
What?
Yeah, they're not a good road team.
That is not good.
They're 7-5 at home.
And I guarantee you, Raleigh is still cold too.
I actually will lay a guarantee on that, and I'm glad you thought of that. Let's dig into these. Let's dig into these Mariners a little bit. So, right now, Luke Raleigh leads their batting average at 317. Randy Rosarina leads with hits. So let's take a look. Cal Raleigh is only hitting 163 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Julio Rodriguez is over the Mendoza line with 203. But
see, that's part of their problem too. Is he's not high right now. Mm-mm. Raleigh, it is early again, but both Raleigh and Rodriguez are struggling.
Heavy. And then the Houston Astros are in last place at 8-13.
Oh, wait, my bad. Let me get this.
Really? You're really gonna do this?
Brad, you'll appreciate that one.
That is not sponsored, by the way. Let's look at the AL East. Now, I usually don't like looking at the AL East, but it is competitive.
It's because we hate the Yankees.
Right.
That's all it is.
The Rays lead the AL East.
Woo!
At 11-8. Okay. The Yankees have kind of come back to reality since the last time we talked about this. They're now 12-9. They've come back to reality.
Oh, enter.
Baltimore's 10-10. The Red Sox are 8-11, despite that good pitching staff.
Their hitting's been sus.
Yeah. And the Blue Jays, the defending World Series runner-up, 7-12 in last place.
Didn't we pick them to win it?
We both picked them to win the AL East this year.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's early, but so far we are getting proven wrong.
Right.
At the moment.
So, let's look at the division and all baseball that matters.
Our division.
11-9 Minnesota Twins, who have kind of found themselves, and I'm shocked because of everything they got rid of, to be 2 games over 500. Again, it's early.
It is early.
Your Cleveland Guardians are 11-10. This one I was surprised by, and that was the Detroit Tigers.
Same.
They are 10-10 after they got off to a horrendous 4-9 start.
Oh, I mean horrendous.
Okay, they are 10-10.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago White Sox are actually 7-13.
They're not in the cellar.
No, the Royals are 7-14. Oh. Again, it's
the
early.
beauty of the AL.
So, I have some keeper stats and I want to tell you guys. You want to know why the Royals are in the cellar?
Oh.
They're a 2-9 road team. Now, the White Sox, you're like, oh, they're 7-13. Where are they bad at? Well, they're a 3-6 home team and a 4-7 road team. So they're not bad. That's pretty average.
Right now.
When you look at the Tigers, they're 10-10. They're an 8-1 home team.
Oh, man.
They're a 2-9 road team.
Ouch.
The Guardians are 5-3 at home, 6-7 on the road. That's pretty decent.
That's respectable.
And then the Twins are 7-4 at home, 4-5 on the road. Not bad. You'll usually tell when a team is under 500 what's the eyesore.
Yeah.
Is it either bad pitching, bad hitting, or are they a bad home team or a bad road team?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at the 8-13 Astros, they're a 1-9 road team.
That's bad.
Right now.
Really bad.
Okay. The Marlins are 9-11, but they're a 2-7 road team. All right? There's not a lot of people here that are a bad home team. Even the Rockies are 4-3 at home, but they're a 3-10 road team. All right? When you look at the Yankees, they're 7-5 at home, but they're 5-4 on the road. The Blue Jays are 6-6 at home, but they're a 1-6 road team.
Man, see, everybody's struggling early on the
Road
road.
teams, okay? Granted, this is how it usually works, especially up in the cold weather states.
Yeah, exactly.
The freaking road teams struggle. It's just the way it is. There's no way around it.
Right.
We'll obviously keep you up to date on this. And speaking of that, remember I told you 2 weeks ago, while we're on this segment, I told you we're going to play a little Who's Hot, Who's Not. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
So obviously, I'm going to do this by like losing streaks and winning streaks and stuff like that. Go for it. So obviously, who's not the Kansas City Royals?
Definitely not.
Lost 6 in a row. Okay. Who else is not? The Seattle Mariners. Losers of 4 straight.
Ouch.
Really, who's not? The New York Mets. Right here, 9 straight. Okay?
Already?
Already.
Wait. Let me see this.
And not even the bad Colorado Rockies are that bad of a losing streak. They've only lost 1.
Oh!
Yeah, the Mets have lost 9 in a row.
Oh! I finally see it with my own eyes, folks.
So, let's look at some of the maybe who's hot teams. And there's not really anybody that's real flaming hot right now.
I saw a 4-game winning streak there.
Okay, so you do have the Dodgers with a 4-game winning streak.
That one.
But there's a lot of teams that have win 3, win 1, win 2. Not a lot of hots.
Yeah.
I usually have hots, but not right now I don't. It's just, who's not? Hitting wise, guess who's not hot? Cal Raleigh. Sorry, buddy, but you're not. You're hitting 2 miles under the Mendoza line. Just saying.
Yep.
Julio Rodriguez, you're hitting over the Mendoza line, but you're still not hitting well.
Ooh, go to Mike Trout.
So we're going to go to Mike Trout's numbers. That's a good call. So
he might be the hot, but I could be wrong.
So Mike Trout, last time I knew, was actually hitting very well.
He hit 2 home runs in New York. I know that much.
So Mike Trout, so far, he's hitting 236.
Reasonable.
He's got 7 home runs and 16 ribbies, though.
That's actually pretty good.
And his on-base percentage is .415, which is really good. That leads the Angels. 7 home runs leads the Angels.
He's hot.
Jorge Soler leads the Angels with 18 RBIs.
Mike Trout's definitely hot.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
But who's not?
No homo.
But who's not? Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh. Definitely not. Sorry, bud.
So, obviously, baseball season, when we come back week or 2 weeks, we'll do this again. Standings. We'll talk about the Guardians and do who's hot, who's not. Hopefully, we have maybe some winning streaks, and we can talk about. We can definitely talk about any teams that might be hot.
Yeah.
But right now, we don't have any.
Nope.
So, we are going to take a break. We are going to come back, and guess whose turn it is? Crew 2 news and around the MLS. We are going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.